Hello and welcomes back everyone, and Wolf here with even more Star Wars The Old Republic, with Yevrà here, our Sith Inquisitor, and we have just arrived on the world of Balmorra. We are here in Sobrik City and we have discovered that somewhere there is a converted toxic waste facility which has been damaged during the Great War that contains a piece of Tulak Hord's artifact. We are here to requisition some Imperial forces to aid in our search. We do have this mission available to us here. By order of Lensinius Melchio, Imperial Governor of Balmorra, resistance forces outside of Sobrik have ambushed 4 dewback convoys sent to the Troida military workshop within the last week, with substantial loss of personnel and materials. Imperial Intelligence's tireless efforts have revealed seismic sensors hidden throughout the road of Troida. These sensors allow the resistance to track dewback convoys and also to avoid our armored walker patrols. This continued insurrection will not be tolerated. Volunteers are sought to set off the seismic sensors, destroy the ambushes, and claim the power cores and bring them to the Troida military workshop for study. Consider any resistance fighter who protects these sensors to be under the sentence of death. Oh. Would also help if I actually accepted the mission. I suppose we should have a word with Lieutenant Davril first, and his plans for dealing with the government in exile.
My lord, word of your talent precedes you. I'm honored. You're well aware of the situation, I'm sure. The government in exile, the resistance, cowards. If my lord is willing, we're going to bury them in their little hidey holes.
What do you want me to do?
The old government's sending generators to the resistance, powering their artillery. The resistance has given pardons to Balmorra's worst killers in exchange for a little guard duty. Phase 1 of Operation Breaking Point is to destroy those generators and put those killers to sleep. You in?
That'll do nicely.
The generators are in the Nibre warehouse. If you can blow them to pieces, you'll show the Balmorran resistance it takes more than cold-blooded killers to stop the Empire.
Very well. So, map. The Nibre warehouse is deep within the Gorinth Canyon, rather close to the Troida military workshop, once we have retrieved the power cores. No one here to greet us. How disappointing.
There's something of great value in one of the hazard vaults. The one that was blown open. I heard you could help.
Ah, who's this? Sith? And an alien at that. It's a real pleasure. I have a son on Korriban, you know. It's a tough war you're walking into. We're fixing blasters with adhesive tape. But we'll help you any way we can. Now, let's see. A blown open vault. Captain, do we still have those pumps?
Sir, if this is the vault I think it is, it won't be that easy. The fumes alone have put men in the medical center.
Do we have anything else we can work with?
We need some way to make this pit less deadly. Tell me, Captain, is there nothing that can survive the toxic waste?
Well, nothing grows there, sir. But there are the colicoids.
Colicoids? What do those bugs want with toxic waste?
Food, sir. Our surveillance satellites have recorded them feeding on the toxic waste. We suspect they've been designed to eat it.
Why would they be designed to eat waste?
It does seem like a strange thing to do, Captain.
It's a guess. The toxic waste resistance may have been an unintended result. Or the Balmorran scientists were insane.
How can I get that resistance?
Sir!
No, Captain. She's right. To get to the bottom of that pit, she'll need to become like the colicoids. There must be a way for you to take on the colicoids' resistance, so you can enter the vault. Captain, where were these creatures created?
Well, I can't say for sure, but there's a research lab not far from here that was overrun with colicoids as soon as the Balmorrans abandoned it. But the colicoids are vicious creatures. Just one of them tore apart a whole squad.
I think I can handle a few bugs.
If you can get into that lab and find out the colicoid's secret, we'll do what we can to get you into that toxic pit.
Sir, even if we find out what causes this resistance, we don't have the...
We'll worry about that later. Right now, our Sith friend has to get into that lab and find out what the Balmorrans did to those creatures.
The Major is rather upbeat.
The sooner you get to the lab and find out what the Balmorrans did to those colicoids, the sooner we can get you into that hazard vault.
It seems they're more than willing to help us. Just look into our codex. What does it tell us about the good Major? Is there any leverage we can use? A proud Imperial officer who rose to notoriety during the Sith's return to the galaxy, fighting with distinction at both Coruscant and Berrigan. Major Bessinger was made Chief Supply Officer on Balmorra near the end of the war. As the Empire has provided fewer and fewer resources to support the ongoing pacification of Balmorra, Bessinger has almost single-handedly propped up the Imperial war effort, scavenging and repurposing old equipment and improvising armor and weaponry. Bessinger comes from a distinguished Imperial lineage, and in spite of his connections among the Sith, both his brother and his son trained on Korriban, Bessinger has never complained about his posting on Balmorra or the difficulty of his job. A man who knows his place. And the records vault is actually within the canyon as well. Perfect. We may leave the canyon, the research lab till last. We may make it its own video as well, but for now, let us start to depart Sobrik City. Oh yes, I haven't introduced you to my, since we're passing a speeder vendor. Isn't it wonderful? Somewhat corrupted through the power of the dark side. So majestic, so obedient.
Convoys travelling to the Troida military workshop require armed escorts, and escort personnel are not available at this time.
So, you're telling me we've got your whole blasted empire behind us, and you can't even find... Oh, sir, I didn't mean... Obviously, the might of the empire is focused on more urgent, activities. Yes, glory to the empire.
Spare me your groveling and explain the situation.
The Troida military workshop requires fresh supplies for its wartime operations. Supplies are shipped from here by dewback convoy. The Resistance forces responsible for the raids against our Troider convoys are encamped in a series of caves nearby. Reconnaissance teams have finally pinpointed the location of this Resistance encampment. Given your extensive abilities, you could eliminate this threat once and for all.
You can always count on me for a bit of destruction, Lieutenant.
The mission will have two primary objectives. Objective 1 is to eliminate Resistance forces and defensive emplacements in the area. The second objective is to retrieve a set of stolen Imperial power regulators that the Resistance is using and destroy their main generator.
No more power. No more defenses.
We will await your return. Good luck.
Yay. So the Resistance has a headquarters within the Gorinth Canyon that's empowered by stolen Imperial power regulators. We have Resistance members right outside of Sobrik. I am not happy.
In Teufel atraus.
We have a bonus to deal with 20 of the Resistance forces. Oh, someone's already disabled the seismic sensor here. How generous of them. Normally you have to deactivate the seismic sensor, which sets off an alarm. Apologies if you can hear my tower fan in the background. It's a little bit warm this afternoon. Oh. Of course, the Nibre warehouse, as we were told, is protected by some of Balmorra's worst, their convicts and their killers, for leniency if they will help defend Balmorra. Oh, Christ. Again, we did one thing and not the other. We activated a seismic sensor, but we did not help ourselves to the power cell. Kelm, you're in the way. Thank you.
Aru Jamunja.
And we just have one more seismic sensor. Okay, we have all the power cores we need. Why don't we say hello to the Nibre warehouse?
Faru Jamunja.
There's the bonus complete there as well. Oh, that's the wrong group. Ah, no matter. So sabotage these generators. We also have a law object here on the Balmorran resistance. We'll have a look at that in a moment. Since the Republic was forced to withdraw from Balmorra following the signing of the Treaty of Coruscant, the fight against the Empire has been carried out by a diverse group of native Balmorran resistance fighters. The resistance, led by many former members of the Balmorran army, has carried out repeated guerrilla strikes against Imperial forces, using their superior knowledge of the planet to harass the invaders. Joined occasionally by mercenaries from sympathetic worlds, and according to popular rumour, supplied by the Republic, the Resistance has single-handedly ensured that the Empire is unable to claim complete control of Balmorra, holding and fortifying such vital tactical locations as the Balmorran Arms Factory and Outpost Victory. Later to be renamed Camp Conquest, so you can imagine how well that's going to end up.
Afragiban.
We have a bonus mission tied to the heroic to deal with 25 of the resistance forces within their base of operations here, the Nibre garrison. Now we need to watch out for these sentinels. Yeah. The sentinels have a bashing ability which will stun whoever it hits. We have these defensive emplacements we also need to destroy.
In Twyfl Atraus. Excellent. So we've dealt with all of the defensive emplacements. We've also dealt with the 25 members of the Resistance. We've greatly thinned out their forces here within the garrison. We now just need to locate the tactician who is rallying these forces. And of course retrieve our stolen power regulators. Afragiban. Okay. We have our power regulators back in our possession. And with that, we should be able to shut down the main generator.
Well, weren't you a fool for walking straight into a Sith? A tactician just in the distance here.
In Teufel atraus.
Well, that was easy. There is the bonus mission complete. And here is the main generator.
Stop! Please! Wait! We need this generator. If you destroy it, we'll all die.
Who are you?
My name is Men. My village was raised in the war. The few of us who survived came here to find shelter. Please, we are not part of the resistance. We haven't hurt anyone. We just need someplace to go when our homes were destroyed.
Even if you're not part of the resistance, you certainly profit by them.
Yes, they shared what they had with us, so what? Is a little charity such a crime? I'm begging you. We won't survive without power. And we have nowhere else to go. Can't you just leave the generator running?
Stand aside. Unless you want to go with it.
What are we gonna do?
There is nothing further. The Empire's interests in this sector will see marked improvement thanks to your actions. Good day.
Good day to you as well. Some companion gifts. Some more decorated Force Lord's armor. Why don't we go back and see Lieutenant Davril? Let him know his task is complete. And then we'll take a break before heading over to the Troida military workshop. We might be able to link the Troida military workshop activities in with our own research into the Colocoids and how they are able to survive in a toxic waste environment.
Must have been imagining things, but I could have sworn I heard those generators go pop from here. Thank you, my lord. But it looks like the resistance isn't done yet.
I should think blowing up their guns leaves little room for misunderstanding.
They're a stubborn bunch. Used to be we kept the resistance in check in the wilds, but now they've started to get bolder. They're attacking Imperial holdings in the old Balmorran industrial area. We need to punish their boldness. Lieutenant Thorpe at Marcaran Outpost has some ideas about how to put the Resistance back in their place.
Okay. So, if we're ever heading over to the Marcaran Plains, there is an Imperial outpost set up there. And there is another plan in action, another operation to weaken the Resistance and their efforts. What we'll do once again is take a break here. And when we return, we'll head back out into the Gorinth Canyon and head towards the Troida military workshop. No doubt there are Imperials there who would also love for us to lend them our aid. Thank you all for joining me once again though with more Star Wars The Old Republic. Feel free to leave a comment if you so wish, and hopefully I'll see you for even more next time. Until then, no, take care. Bye bye now.